All right, it's Diane Hockman here with Melodieann. I have bathed and gotten ready for the evening. I am letting my hair air dry and doing a one-on-one session with this beautiful lady. What are we going to work on tonight? By the way, you look very nice, and you looked very nice in all your pictures from the event you were at. You looked
Well,
phenomenal.
thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
welcome. What are we going to work on?
Well, the event taught me one thing.
What's that?
I am like, I have the attention span of a gnat. I admit it. Okay. I'm like ADHD on steroids. Okay.
And
And
I'm living proof
I'm,
that it's possible. So
I'm in too many things, trying to do too many things. And I was trying to figure out a way to kind of lump them all together because I'm just passionate about all of them. So it's like I don't want to give any of them up, but I don't know how to make them all work. So that's my biggest issue right now because I don't feel like I'm doing anything effectively because I'm spread everywhere. When somebody asks me, where are you at? I say, I'm everywhere. Oops, I think one of us is frozen. One of us is frozen. Oopsies. Oh my goodness. Mhm.
Well, this is just so incredibly annoying, and yet it is what it is. Um, just gotten to the point where I'm just like, whatever. So you were saying that you're in so many things that you're so passionate about, but keeping track of all of it is very difficult. There's
Yes.
something going. Okay. Do you want to
And that,
talk about the things that you're in and how to make them work together, or if they even do work together, or
yes, that would be fabulous. That's exactly what I want. Kimberly kind of inspired me because she has this great big lofty thing, and it's like, yes, that's what I need. I need this great big lofty thing that will suck in all my things.
well, tell me about what you got, because I mean, I streamline things very simply. Kimberly has a much bigger infrastructure. Um, it's awesome. It's beautiful. She has a whole team and a staff, and
Yeah, I don't want.
I'm a solopreneur, and
Yeah, I
I
don't want
run
that.
it all
What she's got. I
myself.
want what she's got without what she's got, if that makes sense.
That's the whole thing, and I always like people um, to make Joanne. I'll send you the link for your session afterwards. Joanne's just asking, where's the link? It's a special system. It'll actually be another session. You really have to look, and this is a big thing, and I'm always really clear about it. I didn't want that. I wanted the money, but let me be clear. I wanted the money. I wanted all of the good things, but I didn't want to run that size of a business or that kind of a business. Ray Higdon, Kimberly Olson, a lot of other people, they want a big business, and they build on. Look at Marina. Look at a lot of people. I come from straight up old school network marketing, and I wanted to make multi six figures without all of that. Other people want the other thing. So let's talk about what you want first, and then we can get some
Okay.
clarity about how to put together.
Yeah, I want just me. I don't want to. I've spent my entire working career managing people and managing teams, and I don't want to do that anymore. Okay. I just want me, maybe the
Okay,
hubs, maybe the grandkid, and that's about it.
sure. Okay. And then when you said this big lofty thing, is that because you like the messaging or the feeling of saying something? Because that's possible without all the staff. Or do you want to be more
Yeah, that.
incognito?
Oh no, I want to be. I don't want to be incognito. I'm all about being in the limelight. I freely admit that I'm all about being in the limelight. I have no problem with that.
Good, because you have to, like, me too. Give me a stage, put me on it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So we know that you comfortable with being visible, want to be visible, want to share your ideas and messages with, I'm guessing, as many people as possible. Is that the case?
Correct.
Excellent. Um, and when you say that I have too many things, what does that mean? Does it mean that you can't give enough attention to anyone in particular? Tell me what you're thinking when you say that.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So I mean, I started out in network marketing and did well enough, and wrote the book, and that was good. And then I got involved in affiliate marketing, which, as you can tell by the fact that I'm not knocking it out of the park in MLSP, I don't really focus on that because I feel like I don't really have time. Because I also have, now I help. If you ever came to visit Northwest Arkansas, you would think that we would be like the technology hub of the world, and probably with Tyson and Walmart and everybody they are, but you would be surprised at the number of small businesses here that are just clueless about social media. So I've started helping them.
I've been
So
Arkansas and many other parts. I mean, you can go here in Connecticut; it's the same thing. They're clueless, so for sure. So you're doing local work.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm doing local work just because there's so many small businesses here that are, you either work for Walmart or Tyson here, or one of the other big ones, Cargill, George's, or you figure out some other way to make money. So I'm really passionate about making sure people don't have to go work for Walmart and Tyson in those places. So yes, when they come to me and say, "Will you help me?" I always say, "Sure, not a
Yeah.
problem."
Because
Um,
you want to help them, or because you feel an obligation to help them?
both really, because I would not be where I am if people had not reached out to help me, because I was clueless. I mean, absolutely clueless, and people helped me, and I kind of feel obligated to help the next set coming up. Um, and
Okay, let me
also, it's
ask you
kind
another.
of
Do you want to run an agency? Because that's what that
no,
is.
no, God,
Oh,
no, God, no. I thought for a while that maybe I did, but after I started actually doing it for a little bit, I was like, no, this is not what I want to do.
and how many clients do you have that you do that type of thing with or for?
I've gotten rid of a bunch of them, so I'm down to like 12.
Okay, okay. That's still
Yeah.
running an agency. That's still running an agency if you're teaching them social media or running their social. Are you running their social media, or are you just showing them what to do?
For some of them, I'm actually running it. For others, the ones that I've gotten rid of, I've actually said, look, why don't I teach you to do this for yourself? So
Mhm. Okay,
it'll
so you
cost you a
you
whole lot.
you are in fact running an agency though. So so now
And I
let's
don't,
paint a picture of what you want. And I want to clarify some thought processes that you're having. So, like, for example, you're thinking affiliate marketing. I haven't been able to focus on it. MLM, I haven't been able to focus. What we want is to have the big picture of what your brand is and what you want to be doing. And then we stream everybody through a process. For example, MLSP is a tool set. You don't
right.
have to become, in the MLSP parade. You don't have to be in the MLM parade if you don't want to. It's just when you recommend a tool set to someone, you recommend that product if you like it. When you recommend a way to make some extra residual income, or you recommend a product, you're doing that. But that's like me, that's not my brand. And ironically, I say all the time, I'm the top earner at a company that I rarely talk about. And that is by design, because that's not my brand. My brand is me being a attraction marketing instructor, teacher. And then these are the tools we use. Are you looking for something to sell on the back end, etc.? So we have to decide, is it Melodieann help small business owners get up to date with today's technology and communication? Is it Melodieann, like, what would you talk about all day on social media if you could? Because you got to be visible.
Well,
So what?
this is what actually hit me when I was at the event. So I was talking to a young lady that was attending, and
Mhm.
she lived in, I forget what city she lived in, but anyway, she's a definite city gal, and we just got talking about where we live, and I was describing where I live, which is at the far end of a private dirt road, and never gets plowed, and sometimes it floods, and as long as the weather's really good, we get mail, and if it's not really good, we might not, and and she's like,
That's
"Why do
awesome.
you live there?" And I said, because I can. Because I can. I love it here. You couldn't pry me out of here. And she just kind of looked at me, but that's when it hit me. It's like she lives where she does because she can. She can afford the high-rise apartment, and she loves it there, and she will never leave. I live where I live because I can, and I love it here. And that's when it hit me that what I want to give to people is that freedom to choose where they want to be,
That's
whether it
awesome.
be on a dirt road or a high rise or an RV trekking across around the. I have two friends that just sold everything they own and bought an RV, and they're off doing that thing, and it's so that's kind of the whole thing. I caption a lot of my stuff with life on the dirt road because that's what it is, and life on the dirt road to me means freedom to go wherever you want to go.
Okay.
So I've
So
had this whole thing about finding your dirt road wherever it may be.
I like that. I like that a lot. So now, do you see where, as you're making this brand and you're doing media and you're showing the mud or you're showing the this or you're saying, hey, it's nice out, we got mail today, or whatever it may be. Do you have animals or anything?
Oh, yes. Okay. I live on a dirt road, of course. Yes.
The
I
thing
have
that's funny,
cats and dogs and a raccoon.
I've never I've never really seen all of this. I knew you lived in Arkansas, but I didn't realize you lived that rural. So all of this becomes the fodder. I know you just you guys were driving and stopping places on the way home, etc. I saw that. But all of this becomes fodder. And I would then take appointments with people and then talk to them and then see what offerings that you have would make the most sense for them. And or I would use MLSP to teach them how to build their first funnel or offer. And or in the MLM is one of those things where you can offer it to people as you go, unless you want to build the MLM, because that's a sensibility. There's a lot of people that want to build an MLM, that's their focus. But your whole message is freedom. Your whole message is, let me show you all the ways you can be free. Let me show you how to build this, create this social media site. Let me show you how to create a link tree so you can sell different things. Explain to them how you sell different things. That's powerful, and it doesn't take a lot of infrastructure. You just need a lot more visibility, a lot more content. You need to drive them into a list. A page that, from the end of the dirt road might be, hi, I'm Melodieann, and I live on the end of a dirt road because I can. I absolutely love my life, and I want everybody to be able to live wherever they want and work from wherever they want, whether that's a high-rise skyscraper apartment, you name all the places, on the beach, on the this, on the that. Put in your name and email so I can show you all the things that you could do to make money so you can be free. That's the vibe. That's the brand. That's the brand. And talking about and interviewing people and talking about people that are doing whatever they want because they can, because they're building income through the internet. That's the brand. And even talking about, sometimes I help local businesses. Sometimes I'm too busy to do that. A lot of times I'm finding cool affiliate products to sell. A lot of times I'm building a site with this software. I also get income from a traditional biz op. There's the one I use. Then all of a sudden everything's available. It becomes very simple.
And that's what I was struggling with, was how to make all of that fit under that, because that's where I'm at right now. I saw a lot of my friends lose their businesses because they have traditional, brick and mortar restaurants and shops and things, and they lost them during the pandemic, mostly because they didn't have anything to keep them going during that time. And if they'd have just had a couple other income streams coming in, they could have weathered it and been okay.
Or if they had, like here, and you live much more rural, but here it was interesting. Any of the stores that had any type of online ordering system or delivery system in place, they did really well because everybody wanted food delivered and they did really well. Anybody that didn't have any of that infrastructure did terrible and lost their place. But I want you to think, and this is the type of stuff that I talk to you guys all about, but you got to wrap your head around it. If somebody owns a restaurant, they sell a bunch of different kinds of meals because different people like different kinds of meals. And they don't go, I didn't focus on the lasagna today. You don't do that and go, you know what? I was so busy on the pot roast that I neglected the lasagna and I'm so all over the map and I can't keep it straight. They don't think that way. They just think it's Tuesdays or it's Wednesdays during Lent. We sell a lot of pasta during Lent or whatever. It's Friday night. We do a lot of pizza on Friday night, both in-house and takeout, whatever their restaurant is. They kind of know the ebb and flow of how many plates they're going to do that night or what's popular on certain nights or what specials to bring out. That's the same thing that we need to get to a place where we're talking about, showing off things that we use, that we sell, instead of being like, I have to do this weird MLM thing, or I have to do this weird, you know what I'm saying? It's what you have in
Mhm.
your restaurant, or it's what you have in your store. And stores don't, Target, Walmart, you're in Walmart country, but any of them, even a small boutique, they don't go, I'm not focused on the sundresses. They're focused on selling. That's their focus. They're focused on building a clientele and showing the clientele what they have. They're not worried about any particular category other than they want to make sure they have categories that people in that area buy. Does that kind of make a little bit of sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. It just, I think I got a little bit scared there for a little bit because I'm sitting here trying to figure out how life on the dirt road becomes a brand, and it's like that just sounds kind of hokey. What is that? But listening to you explain it, it's like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Look at all the, I don't know how much you're on Instagram or TikTok.
So
Um,
I'm there.
but all
Oh,
the characters that we enjoy, like there's this one guy, he's a boudoir photographer. I'll send you a link to his thing. It's hysterical. He's a boudoir, he's a very gay, like expressively gay guy in Alabama, in Alabama, that is a boudoir photographer and has a boutique. But every day he shows you all the things that are going on his farm, and I know the names of all his animals. I know the name of his donkey. His donkey's name is Wookie. Why do I know? Why is the farm and his farm animals relevant to boudoir photography? Why? Because when he's doing that, he's enjoyable and you like him and it's fun and you trust him. And then he shows you photo shoots, or he shows you poses that you can do to make sexy pictures. But he's like the epitome of the guy that you wouldn't think is going to be a boudoir photographer. He's very interesting. And you could go up the same alley. You're not a boudoir photographer, but just the idea of the life going down the dirt road, the potholes on the dirt road, the what plants are blooming right now, what the weather's like in Arkansas, what the how far does it take you to get to the supermarket? Is it local? Is it far? What do you do when the weather's bad? All of that stuff that sounds hokey is the exact reason why I love him. I just love him every time one of his videos comes up, and he is a star. He is Instagram, TikTok. He has a book. He is a star. And he's just a down home Southern guy who grew up gay and turned it into something exciting. And he's very straightforward. He goes, I'm not looking at your, I think you're beautiful, but I'm not looking at you to look at you. I'm looking at you because I think you're beautiful in the way he talks. So it's the same thing, except you sell software and business opportunities and different pieces that you would use to build your business from wherever you are, because they can. So being knowledgeable about the different apps and the editing apps, or the how to the different link trees, all the different things that people will need. Some of them you can sell, some of them you can't, but it gives you a chance to talk about it and go, but I use the one that's included in my tool set, because why would I pay extra for that when I get it included? So follow that.
yeah, makes sense.
So that's the key. So when you look at like Marina's brand is Moms in Heels, right? She's got two kids. One daughter is preteen. I think she's a tween. And the little one is, what is she, 4 now, or however old she is? Marina's this sassy, in your face lady, kind of sexy, sassy lady. But then she has this little girl, and she has this daughter, and she has this big muscular guy that, is her husband now. And the reason why people like to watch her is because she's interesting. And then she just teaches you all the ways to use Instagram. And you want to hang around her because she's fun, she's funny, she's interesting, and she knows how to make money. So if you're, whether it's fun, funny, and interesting, or whether it's interesting because you're rural, or your animals become interesting, or your love of sci-fi and all the different things you love, and you're always showing up in some interesting get up or something, the stuff that you love. That's the part about you that will make people trust you. And being able to talk about what you're using or how you're doing what you're doing. I mean, talking about small businesses, talking about people that are more mature now that are looking to learn to make extra money around retirement that don't know how to use any of this stuff. Um, I mean, a lot of my clients are people that I have to be patient with because they didn't grow up with this stuff. You could be teaching classes, all these things, because you have all these skills. But it has to rotate around a interesting, why do people like to watch me? Because I was always doing some cockamamie thing. Now I'm dancing on TikTok, you know? Put up video today, I'm dancing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dancing on TikTok. I can't believe it. People enjoy the fun. They want to know where I'm going. They want to know what airport am I stranded in this week? They love that stuff. You would think that people would be like, oh, just shut up. Oh no, everybody wants to know what airport I'm going to be in, what airline I'm flying, if I'm stuck, if my plane takes off on time. It's like a whole continuing saga. People love. People love.
Okay, cool.
So instead of focusing on a particular program, you're focused on building that audience and catering to them about the things that they want and entertaining them in a way. And I don't mean doing stand-up jokes. I like this guy's chicken. His chicken is Miss Fluffy. Miss Fluffy is always getting into everybody else's food, and he has to yell at Miss Fluffy with this Southern accent. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I know all of these
So I've been
animals.
working.
I'm not kidding.
So instead of working so hard to keep the dogs out of my videos, I should just open the door and invite them in.
No, exactly. Everybody should know their names, and there should be pictures and videos of the dogs when they get the zoomies or when they're laying around or 100%. 100%. There's whole channels of people that are in MLMs and stuff like that, and the whole focus is their dogs. Because they just build relationships based upon the dogs, and then they explain how they get to be home with the dogs all day. So it's
Okay,
everything
that makes sense.
we've ever talked about. It's that creating that energy for people, and it's not hokey. It's not hokey. People love to watch people that are different than them, and people love to watch people that feel kindred to them. They love it. Absolutely love it. And one of the reasons why I became so successful early on is everybody was so busy being technical and fancy. And I came out and go, I don't know how to do anything. I mean, now, like everybody said, why don't you get your internet fixed? And I said, one, because I'm moving next month. And two, because it's interesting. Oh, her internet's going to go down. And it's frustrating and it's annoying, but it keeps people interested. And the littlest things that we think are not important are the things that people love. I mean, how long have you been talking about the candy I like and talking about pickles and all kinds of wackadoo stuff? That's why you guys the boob pick. If you're watching the live stream and you're not part of our group, it's none of your business. But the boob pick, like everybody's like, oh, where's the boob pick? Or they were like, yeah, the boob pick, and it's like, and it's not really a picture of a boob, guys. It's a marketing. It's a circle with a dot in the middle, but it looked like a boob. So that crazy stuff is the stuff that people love. It's the stuff that people love.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure how to actually bring in all the stuff on, but now you've explained it very well on how I can incorporate all my stuff under that. Because I do show that. I mean, I talk a lot about what, life out here because it's interesting, but not so much on my Facebook page and everything because I didn't really know how to use that as a marketing tool. But I get it now. Yeah. Thank you. I told Lindsay this. I told Lindsay at the event. She goes, "Did you like your coaching session with Wendy Cat?" And I said, "Yes. I've got this wonderful idea. Now I need Diane to tell me how to make it work."
There you go.
So, Lindsay at work.
Everything's about having fun with it, because then people. I can talk to you about almost anything that I'm selling because I'm not pressing people to buy it. So they're always very interested. And I could be sitting around and going, you know what, I just need to whip up a quick page and do a video, or I could be talking about anything I sell and be like, let me just take a quick drink of my joy juice. I need some energy. I'll get 4 emails asking me what the joy juice was, which is an MLM product. So it's really about the relationship with the people and the trust, and then pulling them towards you with like dropping hooks or sending offers to that list. I just realized that a lot of people are doing short form video and on TikTok, but a lot of people have never done their very first TikTok. I'm going to do a little workshop on Saturday afternoon, probably for about 10 people who want to learn the very, very, very beginning. If that's somebody that, if you're somebody who wants to do that, here's the link. It's $50, right? But that's $500. That's $500. And it's just one of those things where I'm just trying to help you out. There's no need for, I'm watching everybody building these big sales pages and all this stuff. If you have a list that likes your dogs, you're going to say, hey, I just talked to like 5 people and I realized they don't even know how to set up their account. So I'm going to do something today, or I'm going to do something in 2 days. You see how it's so easy, and you don't have to build all of this stuff, and it doesn't have to be so fancy. And your brand is about being at the end of a dirt road. Should your brand be slick? I don't know. I don't know.
Probably not. There is nothing slick about me. Sorry.
But that's it. You're like a woman that lives on the end of the dirt road that likes sci-fi and interesting, kooky stuff like that. That loves to, go out and do fun things with your husband, and you're on the road and doing different things because you can.
Got it.
So
That works.
that's
Life on the dirt road. Ta-da! It's born.
If you want to put a push on something, like let's say it's the end of the month, it is the end of the month, and you need to qualify for something for your MLM, or you want to win a trip or whatever's going on there, you just talk about that all week. You just talk about it from different angles. But it's you just talk about the MLM multiple times, and you do like a little sequence. And I think a lot of people are so busy trying to make it fancy. And I just put out an email, and you saw it, and a message on Facebook saying I'm working on a project. I have so many people that are messaging me and saying, I'd like to know more. There was nothing fancy there. I went to build a whole page, and I said, forget it. I'm going to build a little email series to give people like the concept behind it. And through the series, I'll be inviting people to participate. And it's not a big pitch because I really don't want to start till January, but I do want some people to start the surge with me. But it's a very low key thing. It doesn't have to be like this. It could be, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I caught my eye as soon as you said likes training. I was like, I am a trainer. I've been a trainer my entire working life. I'm a trainer. I love it.
For you, it would be so easy for you to send out an email and say, I have a couple extra hours this afternoon. If you need to learn how to build your first capture page, join my program, whatever, join my business center program, and send me an email right away, and I'll spend an hour with you and walk you right through it. You'd pick people up like that, left and right. But it's like so casual, it's so subtle that people like, it doesn't feel like a big pitch. Think about what I've been talking about and saying. It doesn't feel like a big pitch. I'm going to build an army. Doesn't feel like a big pitch. Doesn't feel like anything like that. And that's what is so powerful. I'm watching a lot of people, and they're making like very fancy videos right now, and they're making, and they'll work because they're going to advertise them, etc. But somebody like you could have your hair all over the place. You could be playing with the dogs. You could be showing people your neighbor's goats or whatever you got out there. You'll win all day. You'll win all day. It really comes down to becoming really cognizant of who you are and what you have to offer, as opposed to what you want to sell. There's always something to sell. And anybody that listens to this at any point, I really want you to get this. There's always something to sell. Always. There's like right now, there's 10 million affiliate products. There's always something to sell. The question is, what do the people that you have around you want? And that's the cool thought process. Why do they sell coaching at events or programs at events? Because when the people are at the events, they get fired up. They want more. So they offer it. Right? If you get people learning about all your little tricks and things, what are they going to want more? What are they going to want? The software or time with you, or
Okay. Yeah.
it's just a natural progression. It's I don't know how cool it gets down there. I know it gets cool because I've been there when it's not hot. Or at least down at Lisa's house. I don't know how far that is. But here it's getting cold. It's getting cool. The leaves will turn this week. What do people want now? They don't want watermelon. They did 2 months ago. You give them what they want. Every business builds an audience. You have your favorite supermarket, you have your favorite stores, you have your favorite restaurants, you have your favorite whatever it may be. That's their audience. The people come in. If you're like a down home meat and potatoes area and you're serving sushi, it's probably not going to work. But if you go to New York City, there's a sushi joint on every corner. What do the people want? So when you think about it, what do people that you can help want? What do they want?
All right.
And that's a question for you. What
I
do
feel
they
better
want?
now.
I'm sorry?
Well, it depends on them. I said it depends. Some of them want help building what they already have. Some of them want to know how to add more.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them just need some mindset help because they didn't. I mean, I watched a girl who she has a I don't want to say paint and sip because she does a lot of different things. If you saw the Harry Potter painting photos I was posting, that's her studio. She does weird stuff like that. Well, during the pandemic, she couldn't host events. And it took her a little bit to figure it out, but she soon figured out that she could send out painting kits and host her events online. So you
Yep.
paid a little bit more, you got the kit in the mail, and then you got on Zoom with her, and she was hosting online Zoom painting classes.
Yep. People were doing wine,
But I watched,
all kinds of things.
but I saw other people who just didn't have that mindset and didn't know how to make that pivot to something else. They just gave up, like, I can't do this. So yeah, some of them need that kind of help. They need someone to kind of
and you
help
have to
them think, I
decide,
guess.
do you want those folks? You may or may not. You know what I mean? Like you may want the people that have that ambition and need strategies and ideas. Like for me, I don't work with beginners, like home business beginners. It's not because they're not great. I was a beginner. You were a beginner. It's because a lot of people start and they really don't have ambition. They really don't have the go get it vibe. So you spend a lot of time nursing them and then they generally quit. So I don't find the longevity to them to be very strong. So you want to think about that because we tend to want to help the people that need help versus the people that want help.
That's true. That was the problem in my first MLM. It's like, I want you to be successful more than you want. I had to learn to stop that. It's like, I want you to get out of that chicken plant more than you want out of that chicken plant.
So we learn that our job, I'm going to send you, remind me, if I don't send it to you, because I probably won't tonight because I have Joanne after this, remind me to send you the Keymaster letter. You might have already seen it. It's a letter that my mentor wrote, gosh, probably like 2007 or something. And it's basically talking about you have the keys, which if somebody doesn't want the key, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. And the letter's super eloquent, and it really makes you go, wow. And the way we fix that is just to become more visible so that more people can be around. Because most folks are busy trying to convince, like, even in all access, do you know how many people paid that never show up?
That just blows my mind. That's just crazy. If I hand over $1,000 or something, I'm going to be there every time I can. That's just crazy.
The recordings. There are, I'd say, more than half of the people that paid for it don't show up. So I don't chase them. I don't message them. They didn't pay me enough to do that. And then I wouldn't have wanted to do it anyway. What I'm getting at is, who do you want? So you get clear about what's my message. My message is, I want to show you how you can be anywhere you want, right? From that, whether it's the end of the dirt road, or whether it's on a beach in Miami, or whether it's somewhere in Thailand. I want to teach you and help you find the resources so that you can go wherever you want. I do that by, whether it's courses, or whether it's helping people who buy software from me, or whether it's helping people that are join my MLM by giving them resources, whether it's, come up with how you're going to do that. And then your focus is on locating people that actually want to do it, while keeping everybody else around you. Let them, like, I don't want boudoir photography right now. I'm not looking for sexy pictures. I have nobody to send them to. Okay. I'm not looking for some sexy pictures right now, but I'll tell you right now, if I all of a sudden had somebody in my life and I wanted to take sexy pictures, I'd go to Alabama. I'd travel down there to get my pictures taken by him, because I love him. And he's just one of the examples of tons of people that I love. So you want to keep people around until they decide that they want what you're doing or want what you have. But what you don't want to be doing is trying to convince anybody, because it doesn't work, and it's draining. It's draining, And if you want to do, like, you could do local businesses, but on the net, you know what I mean? Like, you could do it all via Zoom. Or you can just run classes on different skill sets. And of course, if the class is pertinent to something you sell and they need the thing, like if somebody does paint and sip, don't they have to buy the paint kit? Right? Don't they have to buy the line? So she's teaching a painting class, but really what she's doing is selling the canvas, selling the paint, and selling the wine. That's what she's doing. So if I'm teaching a page building or a funnel building or a link tree course or whatever, I'm selling the software. Selling the software. Do you have, there's like Brita water pitchers? You buy the pitcher, they're not selling the pitcher, they're selling the filters. Or I have an espresso machine or a Keurig machine. They're not selling the machines, they're selling the pods. The pods are the recurring thing. Yeah, I bought a machine, but then without the pods, the machine means nothing. There's lots of things like that. Without they sell you something, but without the, like I'm thinking about like Swiffer wet jet. Without the fluid's expensive. So the wet jet's are really cool, but you got to keep buying the fluid. Without the fluid, the wet jet doesn't mean anything. That's what you're thinking about. I'm going to sell you a class, but without my software, the class doesn't mean anything. I'm going to give you a free one-on-one for half an hour. But without what I have, you can't move forward. And that's the catch-22. The movie theater, they don't sell the movies. They sell the popcorn. The popcorn costs more than the movie. But most people think it isn't a movie without the popcorn. Isn't that interesting?
I'm sitting here thinking of all the things you're naming. It's like, yeah, I have that, and I have that, and I have that.
You're obligated to repurchase and repurchase and repurchase. So now you think about it. What can I teach, or what can I offer? Can I offer even a free workshop and where I'm demonstrating using something that I have? Or it could be something, I don't know if you're good with Canva or something. I'm going to teach you how to do this with Canva. By the way, Canva has an affiliate program. I'm going to teach you how to do this.
I know.
Yeah, I'll teach you how to do this with Canva, but let me show you what I did with the ebook afterwards. If you want to learn how to build your funnel, let me know. I'll give you a trial to the software, and I'll invite you to one of my sessions on how to do that. So now, because the ebook without a way to give it out is worthless. A coffee machine without a pod to go in it is worthless. A Swiffer to clean the floor without the fluid is worthless.
Awesome. Well, we'll see how this works because I had an idea and it's actually happening November 5th. So I have clients that are, I have one that's making really decent money in network marketing. I have one that's runs a speakers bureau. I have one that, anyway, I have them that all do some different little things and they're all pretty successful. So I'm having an event in November where I've invited them all to come and just talk about how they make money. And then I'm going to be there to talk about how I make money. And we'll see. That's, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's very cool, and it sounds like good caliber people. So when you're going to go to something like that, you step back and think about beforehand. Instead of walking in with, I have these things that I want to sell, think about, what do these people need? What can I provide them that would make them want to buy? What they just want to. Because that's what I'm always focusing on. What would make them want to buy? So is it?
I'm hoping to see these really successful people and go, wow, if they can, if she can help them do it, she can help me.
Yeah. So do you want? Hi, Alicia.
I don't
I don't know
know.
what just happened. Do you want to provide coaching services? Do you want to provide agency service? What do you want to sell? And then the question is always about, what do they want? How do you package it to be the thing they want?
Yeah, no, I need to divest myself of the agency. I don't want to be doing that anymore. That just takes up way too much of my time and it's nothing I enjoy doing really. And so I've actually, they always say when you're looking for something, it appears. And I met a gentleman today that is starting his own agency and he's struggling. And and I'm sitting here going, I could give my people to him because he's
Well,
good. And then I could teach
give,
him how to,
don't
huh?
don't give, get him to pay
Well,
you for the clients over.
well, I was talking to him about how he'd like to maybe partner with me on some things because he does website design and stuff. And I get asked all the time, do you build websites? No, I don't build websites. And no, I don't do any of that stuff. But he does.
But you could sell his websites, just mark them up. I've done that. I have people
Oh, I
that,
didn't see that.
see
I
what
didn't
I'm saying?
see that.
If they need
Ooh.
websites, go find the person that can make the website and mark it up. Even if you only make a couple $100, it doesn't matter because he's doing the work. And you're still serving the person. See what I'm saying? We're talking about, here's this person. I want to take care of them. I want to help them. But I don't want to put myself underwater. I don't want to overwhelm myself. How do I broker? How do I make something like, a lot of the programs that I like best are programs where I don't have to sit and nurse the people. I don't want to nurse the people. They need to have a good system. They need to have a good training program, etc. I don't want to nurse the people because otherwise I can't bring new people to the program or I can't do other things I like to do. So I'm looking for things where I'm just referring, which is affiliate marketing, right? I'm referring and then their system and their customer service takes over. Or I'm looking for things that, I'll work with somebody one-on-one if I'm paid enough. I'm looking for things with leverage. So if these people want these services, go find somebody that can provide the services and sell it. Sell it. Because they're not going to, they want the clients. They want the clients. I do that all the time with people. I just cut deals with them. I just go, listen, I got a bunch of people that need this. I'd like to recommend you. What do you want to do? And and if your person isn't savvy, then just tell them. What do you sell your website for? Great. I have some people. I'm going to actually mark up your websites and sell them to my contacts. Is that okay with you? Do we have an agreement that that's what it's going to cost, and maybe get a contract with them that it's, whatever the website costs. So because you're going to take payment and then you're going to pay them. So that type of thing. There's so many different
Awesome.
so many different options. You don't have to be the person who does the work. You have to be the person that knows what work has to get done.
I like it.
Yay. Okay, what time is it?
I like it.
We're about done. Hopefully there was a couple things in there. I know I can do like 5 more minutes, Mel, because I know I messed up at the beginning, but I do have a person right after. But I'm hoping I'm hoping there's a couple of good ideas in there, and it kind of helped you streamline. Your idea is not hokey. It's who you are. And who you are is lovable and wonderful and fun and interesting. And it's always hard for us to believe that, but it's true. And it will build trust. And hopefully
you gave me exactly what I needed. I know how to do this now. So thank you for that.
Good. And remember, if you're writing that list or doing social media, just talk about the thing that you're using that you want to recommend. People will ask. You got to do it enough. You got to be visible enough. You got to, show the thing enough or talk about it enough. If we only do it once in a while because you're being gun shy, you just do it within the format that you're in, very matter of fact. You're not trying to push it or sell it. You're just talking about it. And that's what makes it work. That's what makes it work. Cool.
Okay.
Well, yes. You were wonderful. Thank you for jumping up and grabbing a couple of, I realized I had time tonight, and I thought it'd be perfect to get together with a couple of people in my pajamas. Sorry.
Okay. I have a friend who does morning videos. I was interviewed by him one time, and that's his whole thing. And he calls them bathrobe moments. Lauren Harris and his bathrobe moments. And you show up in your bathrobe. Right? He won't interview you any other way.
I did a whole series with them in the morning, and I've done 2 series in the morning in my bathrobe or whatever, looking ridiculous, and it's awesome. And that's another thing that people just trust you, because you let them into your home, you let them see you, you let them be around you. It causes a bond. Try it. You'll see. It's really wild how people get connected to you. And like I said, I know a boudoir photographer's farm animals' names. I love his videos. I absolutely love his videos. And who knew? I could talk about a ton of these people that are on media. They're all interesting. They're all interesting people, and I listen to them because they're showing a side of themselves besides what they want to sell me. It's cool. All right, my darling.
Stand by, you're gonna know all my critters.
I want to see them all. I'm totally interested. So, all right, I'm gonna run off. I'm gonna do Joanne. You have a beautiful night, and let me know how you're doing with any of these things. Okay?
Oh, absolutely will.
All right.
So,
I'll take
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.